Good morning, everyone. We are now starting to do podcasts from the sunny United Kingdom, and today we have decided to visit the Richard Hannon yard. Thank you, Tony, for having us over.
No problem. Welcome.
We're in the colour room here. I don't want to cry because I do love racing, but if I look over to my right, probably my favourite colours. Her Majesty, late Her Majesty's colours, now His Majesty's colours are there. And we're in a yard steeped in winning and history.
Yeah.
How long have you been here?
34 years.
34 years.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. We're doing this because we've got Royal Ascot next week. You guys are sending out a whole team of horses for next week, Tony. People have been following Rosallion since last year already when we came here with the other two trainers from South Africa. How's he doing?
He's doing very, very well. He came out of Ireland very, very well. Very pleased with his recovery from Ireland. He's in great form. He's doing everything right. He's working well. And we're really looking forward to next Tuesday.
The St. James's Palace.
St. James's
Proper
Palace.
race.
Proper race.
Proper race.
Taking on the horse that beat him in the English Guineas. But we're not afraid to go again.
No. Never been afraid that
Never
happens.
been afraid to go again, and we'll take him on. And I think with a mile around the bend, this is the first time he's ran around the bend. Sean will get time to settle him in and be able to produce the turn of foot that he showed in Ireland when he clogged back our other horse Haatem in the Irish Guineas.
Yeah, that's another. We'll talk about him. But you won the St. James's with Barney Boy.
Barney Roy, yes.
Barney Roy.
Barney
yeah,
Roy,
yeah.
yes,
How good? I mean, can you compare the two?
I think this is a better horse.
Yeah, you did say to me when I was here last year that you haven't been this excited about a racehorse in this yard for a long time. And he's a
well, since 𝐏𝐿𝐴. He's the best we've had since 𝐏𝐿𝐴.
The best they've had since 𝐏𝐿𝐴. You've heard it here first, right? Then we've got Haatem, who we just caught in the Irish 2000 Guineas.
Yes, Haatem is coming again. He's a very tough horse and he's rock solid. He will more than likely, he's still in the St. James's Palace, but he will more than likely run in the Jersey, which is a drop back in trip and a drop down in class. He'll carry a £3 penalty, but we're not too worried about that. We're not too worried about that at all. We think he's plenty speedy enough to manage the 7 furlongs.
Yeah.
I think in Ireland he would have won the Irish Guineas at 7 furlongs. He was in front at 7 furlongs in Ireland.
He was, and he's just been bought by 𝐷𝐼𝐻𝑒m Racing.
Yes.
They're putting a lot of money into the game. They bought some nice horses for last year's Royal Ascot, 𝐏𝐫𝐸 Monami. They've purchased this horse now, and I know the horse quite well, and without you having to commit too much, I would say that now that I know that he's dropping in distance and dropping in class, he'd be an anchor bet for Royal Ascot next week. I can't see him. I don't know what price he'll be, but I can't see him getting beat next week. He's a proper racehorse.
Well, we'd be going there very excited about him.
Yeah. You start off the day with in the Queen Anne.
Witch Hunter.
Witch Hunter.
Witch Hunter won for us there. He won a handicap there last year, and then he progressed to win the Hungerford Stakes Group 2 at Newbury.
Yep.
And he's a really tough, genuine, really nice horse. He ran this year and he finished 3rd in the Loughlinge Group 1.
Yep.
And he's a very tough, genuine. He likes a straight course, likes to run in a straight line.
Yeah, it's a tough course, that Ascot, by the way.
Yes.
It's not an easy race course.
He drops out and he likes to pick up the pieces and he likes to pass horses.
Okay.
So you'd expect to see him running on it to death and hopefully pick up place money.
Okay, what about my favourite named horse in your yard? Should have
been a ring.
Should have been a ring.
He's just a superstar.
This guy went out to buy a ring for his missus and did what we all have always wanted to do.
Yeah.
He bought a racehorse
Yeah.
and then named it Should Have Been a Ring. And funnily enough, it can run.
He's turned out a very, very good horse. He's a very genuine, tough sprinter. He was a little bit disappointing in Ireland 2 weeks ago. But the big field, and he likes to drop out and weave his way through horses. And that suits him, and that should be possible in the Commonwealth Cup.
Yeah, and just for you guys that are watching in South Africa, like, I'm all for studying form, but with a yard like this, you can really every now and then hit it quite big. Take all of the Hannon horses 4-folds and 5-folds over the course of those days, because they could come away with 6, 7, 8 winners.
We could. We'd be very happy with 2 or 3. But
Yeah, of course. But
there's a lot of horses there fancy.
100%.
The horses are in very good form. They're very healthy.
But the racing's also competitive. But because racing's competitive, you're getting 6 to 1, 7 to 1 about horses that are at the peak of their fitness, ready for Royal Ascot.
Yeah.
And if you factor in a bit of luck, all of a sudden, 2 winners go to 4 winners.
2 winners, yes.
Yeah,
Easy.
do you know what I mean?
Easy.
Like, yeah. So, their main jockey, for the guys in South Africa that don't know, is Sean Levy, who was born in Swaziland, funnily enough. Sean's done really well. Give us a few more that are running next week that you...
Well, a horse called 𝐏𝐫𝐸𝐸.
Okay.
He won the first race on Derby Day at Epsom,
Yes.
where he jumped out and made all the run and didn't get caught. Now, he might drop back a furlong to the Britannia, which is a 3-year-old handicap, which is a straight mile.
Yes.
But he wouldn't have to make the running in that, but he would could get cover and get a lead, but he would be running on. He'd be one horse that would be finishing at the death.
Okay.
And you could expect him to pounce, and he will definitely stay the full mile.
Tony, they don't know about handicaps. Well, some of them
Alright.
do. No. What I mean is the Britannia
Britannia's a
will
mile
have
handicap for
over
3
20 horses.
There'll be 26 runners.
26 runners. We have our top fields have probably got 18 runners, and that's like there's very few of them.
This will be spread across the course.
They'll be spread about across the course. If the weather changes,
Yeah, it'll be spread all the way across the course,
Yeah.
and they will come up there like a cavalry charge.
like a cavalry charge, correct?
Yes,
This,
yeah.
And if it rains, touch wood, we don't get rain. But if it rains, the going can flick from one side to the other.
Yes.
But at the moment, I don't know. I don't think it's forecast to have too much rain next week.
No, I think the ground will be good to firm.
Okay, have we got any runners for the royal family next week?
No, we don't. No, we don't.
Okay.
No.
All right, but we do. You have still got horses for them?
No, we don't have any horses for
you
them
don't?
this year. No.
Oh,
No,
okay.
no.
Okay, all right.
So we also run a very nice filly in the Queen Mary, which is 2-year-old fillies only.
Yes.
Now this filly ran. She's only had 1 run. She ran at Ascot already, and she won, beating the colts.
Ooh.
So she's back now, taking on just the fillies, 2-year-old fillies only. She's very small, but she's very, very fast.
Okay.
And in the Queen Mary, which is 2-year-old fillies only, she will have a good chance.
She'll be a runner. What's her name again?
𝐔𝐧𝐿𝐴.
𝐔𝐧𝐿𝐴. Okay, so there's quite a lot of horses to focus on here, and go look at the history of the Richard Hannon yard. This is a proper racing yard, I promise you, and they churn out winners year in, year out, and you won't go wrong following this yard at Royal Ascot this year. It was in my mind to come and see Tony, because I really think you guys are going to have a good Royal Ascot.
Yeah. And then there's the Hunt Cup, which is another big handicap. Talis Alvor.
Yeah.
He won a very big handicap up at Newcastle on Good Friday in the all-weather series.
Yes.
He won up there, and he's a very high-class handicapper. He'll have a nice weight, but he's very, very consistent.
Okay.
And he's the type of horse, he would be a nice price, and he's the type of horse, for them big handicaps, there'll be 30 runners in that. He's always very consistent, and he will be there doing his best.
Okay, so what about the Trixie? What about a little each way Trixie? Rossa for sure.
Royal yes. Haatem
for sure.
And probably 𝐏𝐫𝐸𝐸.
And probably 𝐏𝐶𝐸𝐸. Little each way Trixie for the viewers. What then after Royal Ascot? How's the season going?
The season's going very well. We've had a very good start. We had our classic, and we've been 2 horses placed in the Guineas.
That's right.
2-year-olds are really starting to get going. We've had some nice 2-year-old winners, but they're not. We've got another bunch to come out after Royal Ascot, which would
tee up for Goodwood.
Tee us up for Goodwood and the Newmarket July meeting.
And the July meeting at Newmarket, brilliant. All right, I think we've covered all of the horses. It's my pleasure to give you something from South Africa that I'm sure you know very well, but our South African viewers will be most impressed that I've managed to get some biltong here in South Africa, here in England. I'm sure you've had some biltong before, Tony.
I have, yes.
We couldn't think of what else to give you today. So we got you some delicious biltong from South Africa. We wish the Hannon Yard and yourself and Richard and the whole team here, I reckon there's over 100 people here.
Yes, big team.
Big team. Nothing but the best for Royal Ascot. I'm certainly going to be taking 10 pence each ways, all of them to win,
Yeah.
and hope that you fluke 10 through luck, not through not hard work, but through luck,
Yeah.
and that we're able to be labelled as the team that brought you that luck.
Well, that'd be super.
That would be super, wouldn't it?
Well, if that happens, you'll be invited back for Glorious Goodwood.
There we go. Listen, let's get these horses over the line. Thank you, Tony, for your time.
You're
and have a great Royal Ascot.
Lovely. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks.
All right.